If you're looking for natural, healthful ingredients that capture the taste of Italy, then there are certain pasta sauces you'll want to absolutely avoid. These are some of the worst offenders. Prego is a familiar sight in grocery store aisles, but familiarity doesn't guarantee quality, which is evident in the brand's traditional Italian sauce, thanks in particular to the presence of added sugars. When used in moderation, sugar can help balance the natural acidity of tomatoes, but Prego's inclusion of 4 added grams makes for too many empty calories. Prego also uses canola oil, a choice likely driven by cost-effectiveness rather than flavor or quality. Canola oil lacks the distinctive taste and health benefits associated with extra virgin olive oil, a traditional ingredient in homemade pasta sauces that's rich in antioxidants and essential fatty acids. So while Prego's traditional Italian sauce might be convenient and affordable, it's not exactly a high-quality choice. Prego's Homestyle Alfredo sauce is marketed as a comforting and convenient option for an Italian dinner, but it contains several less than ideal ingredients. One of the most pressing issues is the lack of specification regarding the type of Parmesan cheese used. This is especially concerning for an Alfredo sauce, which typically requires a lot of Parmesan to create its signature flavor and consistency. True DOP Parmigiano Reggiano, which is the highest quality Parmesan, requires specialty labeling that confirms that the product is from where the brand claims it is. The absence of a DOP label indicates a lower quality cheese in Prego's Alfredo, which is perhaps unsurprising given its affordable price. Additionally, this sauce contains modified food starch. While generally considered safe to consume, modified food starch is often used as a thickening agent and has little to no nutritional value. Its presence can also be a concern for gluten-sensitive people who may not expect gluten-based ingredients to be present in an Alfredo sauce. Prego takes one more spot on this list with its traditional Italian meat sauce, which perhaps unsurprisingly contains added sugars and uses canola oil. Once again, it's clear that Prego is focused more on affordability than quality. Furthermore, there's no specification about the type of beef used in the sauce, which could turn off shoppers who like to know more about the quality of the meat they're eating. Then there are ingredients like beef extract, dried beef stock, natural flavorings, and beef fat, which indicate a reliance on additives rather than higher quality and more flavorful meat. For pasta fans who are on the lookout for a top-notch meat sauce, Prego simply isn't the best choice. Bertolli is another popular brand of mass-produced jarred pasta sauces. Its tomato and basil variety aims to capture the essence of authentic Italian cuisine, but it falls short due to some lower-quality ingredients. For one thing, its tomatoes have been treated with calcium chloride. This additive is commonly used to maintain the firmness of tomatoes during processing, but it can also impart a metallic aftertaste. As tomatoes are arguably the most important ingredient in the sauce, it's essential that their quality and flavor is up to par. Then there's the matter of 11 grams of sugars per serving. Sugar isn't an unusual ingredient in pasta sauce, but its presence in larger quantities can negatively affect the nutritional profile, in addition to overpowering the taste of the tomatoes and the basil. These ingredients suggest that Bertolli is focused on creating a shelf-stable, cost-effective product, rather than delivering something that highlights the natural flavors of its ingredients. Hunt's traditional pasta sauce is another option that is widely available and affordable, but that also has several questionable ingredients. One significant concern is the use of high fructose corn syrup, a cheap sweetener that adds unnecessary sugars and calories. This ingredient isn't necessarily better or worse than table sugar, but the fact that it's cheaper than sugar means that it can be used in higher quantities. And in Hunt's traditional pasta sauce, there are 6 total grams of sugar, which can result in an overly sweet sauce that strays from more balanced traditional Italian flavors. Hunt's also utilizes tomato puree as a primary ingredient, which can indicate the use of lower quality tomatoes. That's because tomato puree is often made from reconstituted tomato paste, which may lack the vibrant flavor and texture of fresh whole tomatoes. Hunt's also offers a meat-based take on pasta sauce, which is similarly affordable and convenient like its traditional sauce. Alas, the similarities don't end there, as it also contains some concerning ingredients like high fructose corn syrup. Meanwhile, the label lists less than 2% meat content, which is remarkably low for something that's in fact marketed as a meat sauce. Although, to be fair, a closer look at the label reveals that it's actually meat-flavored. Furthermore, there's little information regarding the specific type of beef used, which could be a red flag if you value transparency about the grade of meat that you're eating, or want to know how the animals were treated. Lastly, this sauce contains hydrolyzed soy, corn, and wheat proteins. These ingredients are commonly used to enhance flavor and texture, but they can also trigger food allergies in some people. Although their inclusion is not immediately dangerous, it does indicate a highly processed product that you'll want to avoid if you're looking for something more natural and wholesome. Walmart is known for its low prices, particularly with its in-house brand, Great Value. A budget-friendly option is nice, but what's not so nice about Great Value are all the ingredients common in lower-quality sauces. As with many of the selections on this list, one of the primary issues here is the addition of sugar. Great Value's traditional pasta sauce contains 3 grams of added sugar, which is 6% of the daily recommended value. That contributes to a total of 10 grams per half-cup serving, which might not sound like much, but it can add up quickly if you love eating pasta. Then there's the fact that Great Value sauce is primarily made with tomato puree as opposed to whole tomatoes. Additionally, it also uses soybean oil, which, while economical, doesn't offer the same flavor punch or health benefits of higher quality alternatives like olive oil. Kroger's classic tomato traditional pasta sauce is another convenient and accessible option that utilizes several subpar ingredients. For starters, it primarily consists of tomato puree rather than whole tomatoes. And as is the case with many of the brands on this list, it also contains added sugar. The result is an excessive calorie and sugar count, specifically 10 grams of the latter in just half a cup. And that added sweetness can certainly take away from the expected flavor of an authentic Italian tomato sauce. Another significant concern with Kroger's pasta sauce is its use of soybean oil, which fails to impress with its neutral flavor and rather unimpressive nutritional profile. Once again, the running theme here is that this is yet another brand that appears to be more concerned with cutting costs rather than making the highest quality product possible. Del Monte's traditional pasta sauce is another affordable option that's understandably a popular choice for budget-conscious shoppers. However, as with most of the other sauces on this list, that increase in savings translates to a loss in quality. First off, there's the use of high-fructose corn syrup. Despite its economical nature, high-fructose corn syrup adds extra sugar and calories to the sauce, with a total of 8 grams of the former in a half-cup serving, 4 of which are of the added variety. Soybean oil is another ingredient commonly used in low-quality sauces, and Del Monte is no exception. Once again, the bottom line is that this brand is aiming to offer a less expensive product as opposed to an extremely high-quality one. Good and Gather traditional pasta sauce is a part of Target's in-house brand of grocery products, some of which have garnered quite a lot of praise. This sauce is undeniably a steal for shoppers working with tight budgets, and Good and Gather deserves some goodwill for avoiding artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. However, there are a few other ingredients on the label that may raise some eyebrows. That's in part because this sauce contains added sugar, and it should be abundantly clear at this point that health-conscious shoppers should be on the lookout for additional sugar in any processed product. Meanwhile, if you want to know exactly what oil is used to make your sauce, then you'll probably end up frustrated by Good and Gather. The label indicates vegetable oil, but also reads cottonseed oil and/or canola oil and/or soybean oil. This could certainly be a drawback for plenty of shoppers, as this lack of specificity suggests that the sauce could contain any of these oils, each potentially varying widely in flavor, nutritional profile, and quality. If it's unrefined cottonseed oil, then that's one of the less desirable options due to its high saturated fat content and potential for containing a toxin known as gossypol. Gossypol has been linked to infertility and liver damage, although it's worth noting that it is removed during processing. Meanwhile, soybean and canola oils are more common, but they aren't as flavorful as the more traditional extra virgin olive oil. Chef Boyardee's spaghetti sauce with meat is certainly a nostalgic choice for plenty of shoppers, but get ready to be betrayed by the chef's use of lower quality ingredients, including high fructose corn syrup. On top of that, this brand doesn't specify the quality of its meat, as the packaging simply states beef as an ingredient. This could be a concern for anyone who prioritizes humane practices for the animals that they eat. That lack of transparency is certainly concerning if you're looking for the highest quality possible. Surprisingly enough, carrots grits are also listed as an ingredient, suggesting that the amount of meat used in the sauce is low compared to higher quality or homemade sauces. In other words, those orange veggies could be a filler product meant to bulk up the sauce. Although Chef Boyardee might satisfy you if you're just trying to indulge your nostalgia, it's probably worth skipping if you're instead trying to make the most delicious meal that you can. While it aims to offer a convenient take on a classic Italian pasta sauce, Barilla's traditional basil pesto sauce is missing some of the high-quality ingredients typically associated with homemade pesto. Traditional pesto is made primarily with olive oil, which is beloved for its rich flavor and heart-healthy fats. However, Barilla's version uses sunflower oil, a less expensive alternative that doesn't provide the same health benefits. That means that the rich, authentic flavor that olive oil imbues into pesto sauces is simply missing here. Another concern on the ingredient list is the inclusion of the hard-to-define natural basil flavor. That sort of thing might sound unnecessary if fresh basil is already a primary ingredient, and according to the label, it is. The use of such flavoring suggests that the actual basil content or quality may be lower than expected, with Barilla relying on enhancements to achieve its desired taste. For anyone seeking a delicious and healthy pesto sauce, Barilla's use of sunflower oil and vague flavorings makes it a less than appealing option. It may just be enough to convince you to take the time to make some homemade pesto instead. Ragu's classic Alfredo sauce is an easy, affordable addition, but as you might expect, that low cost comes at a price. One of the issues is the use of soybean oil, and it's worth repeating that soybean oil doesn't offer much in the way of flavor or significant health benefits. Moreover, Ragu's Alfredo contains modified cornstarch, a common thickening agent that's often present in highly processed foods. And on top of all that, the label doesn't indicate the type or quality of the Parmesan cheese in this sauce. If it did contain the high-quality DOP Parmigiano Reggiano, then that would be evident as it would have to be displayed on the label. Simply put, low-quality, questionable ingredients aren't limited to one pasta sauce brand, so be careful the next time you're making your way through the grocery store.